of the Township of Washington in accordance with the requirements of the New Jersey statutes requiring open public meetings. Notice of this meeting was legally advertised in the Courier Post and the South Jersey Times and posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building. Fire exits are located through the double doors to your left and right. Please silence all mobile devices. This meeting is being videotaped. Anyone who does not wish to be seen on television may be excused. This will be shown on Channel 9 and on Verizon Channel 36 every week, Sunday at 9 p.m., Wednesday at 7 p.m., Friday at 10 p.m., and Saturday at 10 p.m., and will continue until the next meeting. Flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Ms. Donato?
Ms. Donato has been excused. She's on vacation.
Mr. Longfellow?
Here.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Here.
Mr. Perry?
Here.
Mr. Fazio?
Here.
Mayor Gattinelli?
Here.
Mr. Platt?
Here,
And Mr. Gontor?
and he's excused too because of a personal commitment. Just note for the record that Councilman Pasqualone is here via telephone.
So noted.
Thank you.
Okay, first we will have some mayoral proclamations.
Chief, you have some also to go with that?
Good evening. May I ask for Brandon Searles to come up, please? Thank you, Brandon. Family, you're welcome to come up as well. Thank you. How are you? Thank you. This is a proclamation that we are giving here to Eagle Scout Court of Honor. The Mayor of Washington Township and members of the Township Council wish to recognize Brandon Searles, Scout Troop 57, for achieving the rank of Eagle Scout. And the first Eagle Scout rank was awarded in September 1912. Brandon entered scouting in first grade as a member of Cub Scout Pack 381 and has been a member of scouting for the last 12 years. To earn the designation of Eagle Scout, the candidate must complete and pass rigid requirements that includes earning a total of 21 merit badges. In order to attain the rank of Eagle Scout, Brandon had to plan and oversee a community service project to help the world in a better way. He chose to renovate areas of the Girl Scout Camp Sacagawea. Okay, thank you. He supervised 60 fellow Scouts, friends, and family for the project. They built 8 picnic tables, painted them in Girl Scout colors, cleaned up campsites, rebuilt a log holder, built new road signs for the camp, and made a plaque in honor of the retired camp director. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Mayor and members of Township Council of Washington Township, Brandon Searles be recognized as a leader within our community and congratulated for achieving the rank of Eagle Scout. Be it further resolved that I, Mayor, and members of Council of Washington Township do hereby declare this proclamation to be an official document authorized by the Township Council and presented to Brandon Searles on this 28th day of March, 2018. Thank you very much.
Brandon, we'd also like to present you with a proclamation, along with a challenge coin from our agency. Has our core values on it: respect, duty, courage, and honor. We award these challenge coins to police officers and civilians as a way to recognize superior service for exceptional community caretaking and for police officers and civilians that go above the call of duty and administer these qualities to our community caretaking. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now may I ask Joshua Vincent Tessino with his family, please? How are you tonight? Congratulations to you. Hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. Hello. Thank you for coming up. Thank you so much. Nice to see you. This evening, the proclamation for Eagle Scout Court of Honor. The Mayor of Washington Township and members of the Township Council wish to recognize Joshua Vincent Tessino, Scout Troop 57, for achieving the rank of Eagle Scout. The first Eagle Scout rank was awarded in September 1912. To earn the designation of Eagle Scout, the candidate must complete and pass rigid requirements that includes earning of a total of 21 merit badges. In order to attain the rank of Eagle Scout, Joshua had to plan and implement a community project. He selected a property beautification and improvement project at the AMVETS of New Jersey State Headquarters. He met with the AMVETS state commander, planned the project, and then solicited donations and material from businesses and private citizens to complete this project. On July 9th and 10th, 2017, Joshua gathered together 40 volunteers and began his project. Under his guidance and leadership, they built benches to surround the flagpole, removed 50 bags of leaves, brush, and weeds, trimmed hedges and trees, added or replaced mulch where needed, planted flowers in all landscaped areas, and added a new flower bed surrounding the flagpole and benches. And finally installed metal markers honoring all branches of the military. It took 150 man-hours to complete this project. Now therefore, be it resolved by the Mayor and members of the Township Council of Washington Township, Joshua Vincent Tessino be recognized as a leader within our community and congratulated for achieving the rank of Eagle Scout. Be it further resolved that I, Mayor, and members of Township Council of Washington Township do hereby declare the proclamation to be an official document authorized by the Township Council and presented to Joshua Vincent Tessino on this 28th day of March 2018. That is for you.
Okay, we'll move on to the bill list. Approval of the bill list for March 28, 2018. I get a motion to approve the bill list.
I'll make a motion to approve the bill list.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Fazio?
Yes, abstain Fazio.
Councilman Longfellow?
Yes.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Approval of the minutes, approval of the regular minutes for March 14th, 2018. I get a motion to approve the minutes.
Make that motion.
I'll second. Any discussion on the minutes? Roll call.
Mr. Fazio?
Abstain. I don't think you're going to have the quorum for it.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Approval of executive session meetings minutes for March 14th, 2018. In motion to approve the minutes.
Make that motion.
I'll second. Discussion. Roll call vote.
Mr. Fazio?
Yeah, no, abstain.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Moving on to ordinances. Ordinance 07, 2018, ordinance amending Chapter 260, Article 2 of the Code of Township of Washington entitled Stopping, Standing, and Parking. Get a motion to introduce?
Make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote?
Mr. Fazio?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Public hearing and adoption will be held on April 11th, 2018 for this ordinance. Ordinance 08, 2018, ordinance of the Township of Washington, County of Gloucester, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 19 of the Code of the Township of Washington entitled Animals. This is a trap, neuter, and release ordinance. A motion to introduce.
Make that motion.
Second. I'll second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Fazio.
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow.
Yes.
Ms. Pasqualone.
Yes.
Mr. Perry.
Yes. And this public hearing adoption will be on April 11, 2018 on this ordinance. Resolutions. Resolution 69, 2018, governing body certification of compliance with the United States Equal Employment Opportunity Commission's enforcement guidance on the consideration of arrest and conviction records in employment decisions under Title 7 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Excuse me. A motion to approve.
Make that motion.
I'll second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Fazio.
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow.
Yes.
Ms. Pasqualone.
Yes.
Mr. Perry.
Yes. Okay. Now we'll have the mayor's 2018 budget message. Excuse me.
Good evening again, everyone. I just wanted to give you an update in reference to the budget, so this will be my address for this evening. I'm pleased to present the 2018 municipal annual operating and capital budgets. A substantial amount of work has gone into the preparation of these budgets, including extensive meetings with each and every department head, small budget workshops with the public, and open public budget hearings. We scheduled 9 small group budget workshops, 5 of which are during the evening hours, and we still have 4 additional meetings scheduled before the adoption of the budget. We held our open public budget hearings this past week on Monday, March 26th and Tuesday, March 27th, with each department head to discuss in detail their allocations as it relates to this department's budget. I am happy to announce that for the second consecutive year, the annual operating budget for 2018, there are no municipal tax increase without any reduction in municipal services. In fact, municipal services are being enhanced in order to improve the quality of life that Washington Township residents expect and deserve. The 2018 capital budget includes the continuation of the roads and fleet management programs to improve the police administration building, to overhaul the retention program for permanent records, and reopening of Washington Lake. For the fleet management program, we will be purchasing 10 new fully fitted police vehicles, along with completing the police administration building improvements. The records retention initiative for the clerk's office will include the purchase of new scanning equipment and software to restructure retention of permanent records. As for the reopening of Washington Lake, walking and biking paths will again be available for residents to utilize. Throughout 2017 and 2018, 5 police officers have left through attrition. I am pleased to report that we are placing those 5 officers and adding 1 additional patrolman to create more of a police presence on our streets. I am dedicated to allocating resources to increase the safety of all of our residents. In the terms of the surplus for 2017, the township used approximately $2.1 million, which reduced surplus to $4.1 million. The 2018 budget will utilize $3.4 million of the surplus, bringing the ending balance to $5 million. This surplus meets the criteria of our informal surplus policy to retain between 10 and 15% of the operating budget. Total appropriations for 2017 increased due to the cost of living adjustments and several non-discretionary statutory expenditures, especially health insurance and pension costs, which increased by 8.9%. Despite these factors, we will still be able to keep the total increase in appropriations at approximately 3%. We have continued to enhance municipal services, including the purchase of software for both the Human Resources and Finance departments to streamline communication and access to online capabilities. Shop Washington Township program, economic development progress, and increasing police presence within the schools. We have collaborated with our police and the school district to discuss an increase of the number of SRO officers to boost safety in our schools. 2018 projected non-tax budgeted revenues will increase by approximately $1.2 million or 3% over last year. Most of this increase is attributed to local revenues increasing, which includes fees associated with abandoned properties and construction code fees and permit fees associated with new development, which increased by 24%. Due to the modest increase in appropriations and the expected increase in revenues due to redevelopment and economic development in the township, the introduction of the 2018 municipal budget allows for the township to keep the 2018 tax rate equal to last year's municipal tax rate of 0.6573%. Thank you to all the residents of Washington Township for your continued patience and support as we put extensive time and effort into keeping taxes stable while still increasing the services offered to our residents. Our first priority is to work in the best interest of the residents who make up our community. My commitment to the residents is to continue moving the township forward and to do everything in our power to create the quality of life that our residents want and deserve. Thank you.
Resolution 070, 2018, resolution to introduce the 2018 Township of Washington municipal budget. You get a motion to approve?
Make a motion?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Fazio?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes.
Mr. Perry, you announced that the date of the budget hearing, I believe it's May 9th.
May 9th.
May 9th, okay. Yeah, the budget hearing will be held on May 9th. Didn't have that in my notes.
And copies will be available once we introduce the budget tomorrow in the clerk's office. It'll also be online, and it'll be digitally available if you request it.
Okay. The following resolutions are by consent agenda and only require a vote for all listed. Each one must be read by title. If any member of council wishes to have one removed and heard separately, they need to indicate it prior to the reading of the titles. Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. Resolution 071, 2018, authorizing the Township of Washington to reject bids and solicit rebids for lawn services. Resolution 072, 2018, resolution canceling taxes for a totally disabled veteran, Block 110, Lot 2.06, 25 Jones Lane. Resolution 073, 2018, resolution canceling taxes for a totally disabled veteran, Block 7.01, Lot 18, 29 Chew Lane. Resolution 074, 2018, resolution returning application fee for peddler's license. Resolution 075, 2018, approving reduction of the performance bond Cross Development LLC Caliber Collision Project, number 08-18-Z-221.1. Resolution 076, 2018, resolution authorizing a change order number 1 final for 2016 NJ reconstruction of Bethel Mill Road project, number 08-19-T-34.I. Resolution 077, 2018, authorization of a grant award from the Preserve New Jersey Historic Preservation Fund. Motion to approve the resolutions 071 through 077.
Make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion on any resolutions? Roll call?
Mr. Fazio?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Okay, moving on to old business. You have anything, Nick?
Nope.
Sean?
No old business this time.
Dana?
No old business.
Okay.
I do, Mayor. I do.
Ed, you're next.
It's regarding old business. The last meeting, someone brought up about adding the laws and things that we were changing to address. They have been put on the website, added to the website as the person requested, so it's digitally available. And tonight, it is also on that board in front of the council chambers here, in case you wanted to look at it. And ultimately, if you need a copy, you can either download it off the web, or if you give me a call, I'll make sure you get them.
Solicitor? Mayor?
No.
New business, Nick?
No, sorry.
Sean?
No.
Dana, I'll read yours.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. For the Economic Advisory Board, fourth time we are going out on the RFP, I'm sorry. Please let your networks know of this position. If you previously submitted your application and would like to be considered for this fourth round, we ask that you resubmit the requirements per the RFP. We are targeting advertising this role next week. The application will be due at the end of April. The due date will be listed on the RFP. Board of Education, the tentative budget was reviewed for the Board of Education. However, it will not be officially voted on until May. This year, the BOE received $1 million from the state. Anything else on it, Dana? Okay. I have a couple things. On Friday, April 6th, the Save the Animal Foundation will be holding their 16th annual bucket auction at the Washington Township High School. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Drawing starts at 8. They have fabulous items, door prizes, special prize items, 50/50. There's a $10 admission and includes one sheet of tickets, and it can be purchased at the door. For more information, call 856-853-1847, and we'll post this out on our website.
Yes, sir. I'll see it gets put on the website.
All right. On Saturday, May 5th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., Washington Township Senior Center will have an indoor garage sale. Benefits go to the senior citizens. If you're interested in having a table, the table charge is $10. The center will be open at 7:30 a.m. for setting up your table. You do not have to be a member of the center to rent a table. And if you're available, stop in at the center on Mondays between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. And there will be advisory committee members that can sign you up.
Mr. President, at this time, Dana has advised me that she's going off the meeting, so please note that she is no longer part of our meeting.
Do you have anything else for new business?
I don't know.
Stuart?
No new business here.
Yeah?
We'll have some reports
No.
now.
I can go through these. If we're not going to do reports, I have two things.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so for the Environmental Commission, ANJEC, it's a environmental commission, open space stewardship project. It's $1,500 for any local open space project that someone would wish to take on. If anybody's interested, you can reach out to me and I'll get you the information for that. As well as Earth Day and Arbor Day are coming up. So for the whole month of April, there will be a variety of events taking place at the Margaret E. Hagan Library as well as throughout the town. Starting on April 4th, there'll be an Amazon expedition at the library. On April 7th, there'll be a rain barrel workshop at Washington Lake Park as well as a tote bag painting at Washington Lake Park. There'll be an educational seminar on bluebirds on April 11th at the library. On April 22nd, at 12:30, we're going to open the community garden grand opening. And if you're still interested, there are 10 by 10 plots available online or by calling the municipal building. They are $10 before April 15th and $20 afterwards. Just to go off on another thing, I just want to say as far as the storm service went and the tree removal and pickup, it seems to be going very well. I was driving around town today, saw a lot of brush getting picked up, so I appreciate all the DPW
Yes.
staff and all the hard work they're doing to get the town clean up and help the residents get that stuff off of their front front stoop, so.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nope.
You have a report?
I don't have a report, I just wanted to note that through the budget process, while he is not here because of a personal commitment, I know that our business administrator, Jason Gontar, has worked tirelessly for the past several months and worked way overtime in the past 2 weeks to get everything tidied up and get all the information from all the department heads to all the council people, flowing down to the supervisors. We had very extensive meetings, and he's been working from pillar to post, along with the mayor and the CFO and the assistant CFO to produce the budget that you've seen here tonight. So he just ought to be acknowledged. I know that's his job, but I compared in other cases in other towns, he really went above and beyond, and I just wanted to thank him for that.
Yeah.
I think
Chief is gonna
Pat's going to go
speak
first. I mean,
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm going out of order. Chief, didn't forget you. I was just pushing you to the back of the bus.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor, Council, residents of Washington Township. With the introduction of the budget tonight, I wanted to speak on the police portion, since it is the largest portion of our budget. During the council meeting on January 24th, a Washington Township resident inquired about Ordinance 1-2018 involving police department staffing and associated costs. The ordinance, with my support, eliminated 2 sergeant's positions and 1 lieutenant's position. The ordinance in question also raised police department staffing from 81 to 85 full-time officers. By eliminating 2 sergeant's positions and 1 lieutenant's position, it saved the township over $350,000. A new patrolman's base salary is $39,500 with additional costs for benefits. The resident referenced the higher officer salaries. These were negotiated over the years and are the result of arbitration awards and contractual obligations. New Jersey pays an above-average salary for its law enforcement officers. Washington Township is the largest municipality in Gloucester County. However, Washington Township officers are not the highest paid in the county. Washington Township officers are paid less than Glassboro officers, less than Monroe officers, and less than Woodbury officers. Recent rank-and-file contract negotiations settled in 2017 resulted in significant concessions by the PBA that will save taxpayers tens of thousands of dollars. The price of a fully staffed police department is a commitment to public safety and keeping its citizens safe. There is no price that can be placed on the confidence our residents feel knowing their safety is paramount. The resident also questioned why we are in need of hiring additional officers. I would like to take an opportunity to address this. We currently have 74 full-time police officers. The Washington Township Police Department is understaffed according to a population ratio used by the FBI and the International Association of Chiefs of Police. The FBI ratio suggests our force should have 85 police officers. The IACP Chiefs of Police states our police department should consist of 90 officers. Neighboring towns, including Gloucester Township, Voorhees, Cherry Hill, Deptford, and Monroe, all have higher ratios of police to population. I am pleased to announce, as the mayor stated earlier, that in working with the mayor, business administrator, Gontor, and this cooperative council, that if this budget is approved, we will be able to hire 6 additional police officers this year in 2018. My officers work tirelessly to maintain safety and order in Washington Township. In a department meeting next month, I will be asking my officers to do even more. We answered over 50,000 calls for service last year. Our officers made over 2,000 arrests. That's an average of 5 arrests per day. The crime index published yearly by the New Jersey State Police is a statistic that measures crime rate in a particular community. Washington Township has one of the higher crime rates index in the Gloucester County. Washington Township definitely has measurable crime that can be improved upon. The mayor and I share the same vision concerning public safety. Daily, my agency receives photo parole notices of parolees. These notices notify us of recently paroled individuals who live in Washington Township and the crimes they were convicted for. These are not petty crimes. They include distribution of drugs, substances, murder, domestic violence, robbery, sex assaults, burglary, and crimes involving guns and other weapons. These people live throughout Washington Township, among us in our neighborhoods in Heritage Valley, Wedgewood, the Birches, Washington Way, Aaron Circle, and throughout town. There's a special place in our Detective Bureau for those notices that involve Megan's Law violators and those convicted of improper sexual contact with children. So we work with the state and federal agencies to maintain their lifetime supervision as a condition of their parole. In this volatile society, our schools have become a focus for anger and disruption. More police discourages discourse and this type of hostile behavior. Since September, our officers have had an increased presence in our schools. This was not a knee-jerk reaction in response to Parkland, Florida, but something our officers were already doing. We're on the right track, but we still need to do more. The mayor, the business administrator, council president Perry, and I requested a meeting with school superintendent Joe Bollendorf on March 14th to discuss additional shared police services surrounding school safety. Another matter affecting Washington Township is that marijuana will be legal by the end of the year, naturally creating additional law enforcement issues. Washington Township has also experienced the epidemic of the opioid addiction. Recently, the DEA says that the use of another life-threatening drug has rebounded. Methamphetamine is being found locally by Washington Township officers making arrests. Police visibility will help deter drug activity, especially among teens. Drug activity is proven to increase where police presence is lacking. In closing, there's new construction of over 330 apartments behind the Virtua complex, along with 100 townhomes, 264 townhomes on Delsey Drive at the Park Place development, Parkwood Manor development, and Pinnacle Place are almost sold out. All will increase calls for service for our police department. Please know that investment in public safety is an investment in our community's future and does much to ensure property values to initiate more economic growth. Mayor Gattinelli and I will continue our pledge to put public safety as a top priority, and I appreciate everybody's support. I've included a crime map over to the left. I'll keep that up until we leave here tonight. But that is an interactive map that you can gain access to on our township's website and our police department's website. Also, I wanted to report that April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month. For the month of April, our police department is participating in a statewide You Tax, You Drive, You Pay campaign. It's a safety enforcement program. Driving and texting is a $200 fine with a mandatory court date. So I'll report back later in the month or towards the end of April on our enforcement efforts. Thank you.
Next, we have Robin Sarlo, our tax collector.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Robin Sarlo, tax collector, purchasing agent, and assistant finance officer for the Township of Washington. I also served as the chief financial officer for the Township from 2011 to 2014. I'm here to respond to a suggestion proposed by a Township resident at a recent council meeting. Her suggestion was that the Township allocate approximately $1 million of our surplus funds as tax refunds to senior citizens that no longer have children in the school system. I would like to provide the following information regarding the current tax programs available to Township residents, as well as a statement regarding the Township's current level of surplus. First, in New Jersey, all forms of local government are subordinate to state government. Local officials cannot legally act on their own unless state statutes give them the authority to do so. The legislature has provided for the State Division of Taxation within the Department of the Treasury. The Township of Washington must adhere to all the state statutes regarding taxation. At this time, the state offers several programs beneficial to senior citizens, disabled persons, veterans, and other property owners that meet certain qualifications. The Property Tax Reimbursement Program, commonly called to the Senior Freeze, reimburses seniors or disabled persons the amount of any tax increase each year from the year they turn 65. Therefore, their taxes are technically frozen, and each year they are reimbursed any amount over what they paid when they were 65. Seniors, disabled, and other property owners that meet the eligibility requirements also receive the homestead benefit credit, which is applied to their property taxes, usually deducted from the May quarter taxes. There's also a $250 tax deduction for seniors and disabled persons as well as veterans. Totally disabled veterans qualify for tax exemption. Any of these forms and applications are available in the tax collection office, so you can stop in, pick them up. They're forms that we can help you fill out. While giving senior citizens additional refunds from the township surplus sounds feasible, the township cannot institute a program unless it's approved by the state statute. As well, the township operates on a very small portion of the total taxes collected. The township administration has spent several years accumulating the surplus that we currently have by keeping spending under control and increasing revenue. However, just because 2017 ended with excess surplus does not mean 2018 or 19 will. As an example, the recent snowstorms will cost the township hundreds of thousands of dollars, which we did not need to spend in 2017. The township also saw increased revenues in construction fees in 2017. However, we cannot predict that there will be additional new construction next year or the following year. Therefore, the Township Administration and Township Council must keep enough surplus available to use in future budgets in the event the Township experiences a reduction in revenue or an increase in expenditures. Several years ago, when the Township did not have adequate surplus, there were tax increases, layoffs of Township personnel, as well as a downgrade in the Township's bond rating. Responsible budget planning includes not only the current year, but future years as well. Thank you.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Mayor Gattinelli?
Last council meeting, there was a question in reference to the hiring practice of the town, so I just wanted to address that. I know that we have addressed it before, but just so that everybody is clear on what we do. Basically what it is, we'll post an opportunity for employment, and applications come through. We will call for the application process, go through the review, and we're going to choose the right person for the position. It does not necessarily have anything to do with whether or not someone is living in town. We're looking for that proper person. So I just wanted to make sure that you were aware. In further research earlier this year, we did some number crunching on our employees, and I'm pleased to announce that 63% of our current employees are Washington Township residents, so that you're aware of that. That's way more than half. And as for the highest paid employees in 2017, the 11 highest paid township employees are township residents. The resident had mentioned Mr. Gonter and Mr. Platt in that reference. So I just wanted to let you know that in this instance, these gentlemen are excellent, well-qualified public servants, and we're very proud to have them here with us. I think our town has come a long way because of their presence here, and they've really helped us develop and see my vision as well as everyone else. So I wanted to applaud both of them for everything that they do. And as Mr. Platt had said earlier, they work tirelessly, both of them. They are here all the time. They help me through things that we need to address, but most importantly, they're here for the residents as well. So I just want everyone to know that they are part of our community. They do a job. They do their job well, and I'm very proud to have them here with us. So I just wanted to address that. Other than that, Washington Township application. We have a new app that's going to be coming about. We're still working on that right now. It's in process, and we're going to implement a new and innovative Washington Township app or application. This is a first, and all residents will be able to download the Washington Township app on their iPhones and Android smartphones for free. This app will include the following categories: Shop Washington Township Save Lives, 311 alerts, offers, events, and news. Residents will be able to search participating merchants for the Shop Washington Township program, read about the latest news and emergency situations in the township. They will also have access to the township Google Calendar with all township events, scheduled council meetings, and committee board meetings, thus creating even more transparency. Another beneficial category on the app is the 311 section, where residents can report non-emergency service requests such as potholes, fallen trees, and other nuisances. We are anticipating the application start date to be within the next few months. We will be sharing more updates as the process progresses, and we will look forward to sharing this app with the residents of Washington Township. The Shop Washington Township program. We're looking at a business mixer. As a way to increase participation for the Shop Washington Township program, my administration will be hosting a business mixer within the next few upcoming months. This mixer will be held for all participating Shop Washington Township business owners, as well as all potential merchants of the Shop Washington Township program. It is our goal to create an atmosphere that will welcome new and old business to learn more about the Shop Washington Township program. This program is not only a fantastic way to market for the merchants, it is also a huge benefit for the Washington Township community. By joining this program, merchants are able to thank their loyal customers for frequenting their businesses by offering a discount for shopping at their place of business. This is also a way to keep these loyal customers coming back. We will also share more updates regarding this mixer as the plans become more concrete. Please keep an eye on our social media platforms as we will be sharing this event on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the Township website at www.townshipnj.com. Thank you.
We'll be moving now to public participation. Please follow the public decorum posted and limit your comments to 5 minutes. Once you have completed your comments or questions, please take a seat. I will then ask if any member of the governing body or their designee wishes to address your comments or questions asked by the person who just spoke. I get a motion to open to the public.
Make that motion.
Second.
Roll call. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, public session is open. Anybody wishing to come up and speak?
My name is Maureen Koplow, and I live in Deptford, New Jersey. I do a lot of stuff in Washington Township, though I really love your town. And I'd like to thank you, first of all, for considering the TNR resolution. I think that it's a wonderful step forward. The group that I work with, Save the Animals Foundation, has been doing low-cost spay-neuter for more than 16 years. We've been holding our auction for 16 years, and thank you for letting us use your high school. TNR, I think, is the wave of the future. There are a number of organizations locally and statewide that provide low-cost spay-neuter and emphasize TNR, trap, neuter, return. It's the humane way to lower the problems that may be caused or perceived problems of stray cats by humanely spaying them or neutering them so that they don't continue to produce unwanted offspring. And it lowers the rate of animals that are being killed in our animal shelter. The Gloucester County Animal Shelter, unfortunately, has a very high rate of animals who enter and do not leave alive. I would like to thank all of the other organizations that are also doing this, People for Animals, Pet Savers, A Voice for Animals, but there are so many. The Camden County Animal Shelter provides low-cost spay-neuter, Animal Welfare Association of Voorhees. There are a number of organizations that know that getting animals spayed or neutered stops the problem of overpopulation. Thank you for considering the ordinance.
My name is Andrea Hune. I am a resident of Washington Township. Do you still require an address?
Yes.
Okay, 797 Richmond Drive. I'll be brief. I'm going to reiterate some of the things Maureen said. I just wanted to, first of all, congratulate the 2 Eagle Scout gentlemen that were here tonight receiving their awards. And I do want to thank the mayor and council for the proposed TNVR ordinance. Very briefly, it's the humane way to cut down our community cat population. I personally know it's effective because I work in a very large oil refinery in Philadelphia. We have practiced it there. We're at the point where people now beg me to bring cats back into the refinery because the rodent situation has gotten out of control. Maureen mentioned about the our shelter, and I know it will improve the live release rate. Less kittens will come in. I'm actually a volunteer for Camden County Animal Shelter. Camden County and Gloucester Township have TNVR ordinances, and we just had a big party celebrating Camden County's first no-kill live release rate for 2017, and that was a big part of that. So thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to it. And I also do practice it myself. As a resident, I'm willing to help people find funding and actually do trapping and help with any issues. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, Council, good evening. Keith Ludwig, Auriga Lane, 40-something year resident of town. I've been too long. I was here a few months ago and I voiced a concern to you all about the youth baseball complex. I coach Little League in the town. Well, season starts April 16th. That we're working on the fields right now. I was very happy when I went over to the fields and I saw the newly installed flashers that are at the field for the pedestrian crossing across the road. I realized that had to have been a challenge. It's a county road. But I'm very glad to see that you were able to work with our engineer and work with our county and provide a little safer environment for our kids crossing the street. I already know the chief is on board to help keep it as safe as possible with the speed. I thank you very much. I wanted to bring another point up today. We're talking a lot about safety and schools and kids. The budget was introduced today. I'm not sure if all of you are aware, and I'll try to keep this very brief, the relationship between the New Jersey Turnpike and the New Jersey Department of Transportation. It's a symbiotic relationship. If you can't get to the Turnpike, you can't pay them to drive on their roads. So in the Turnpike's budget every year, there is an appropriation for the Department of Transportation. This year, $23 million. Stipulation is their first duty with the money is to improve their feeder highways that lead to the Turnpike. Route 168 in Runnymede, right? The DOT is supposed to keep that road free and clear, along with all the other roads. We have the same situation here in the township. The MUA and our town is very symbiotic. Without a desirable town that people want to move to, the MUA is out of business. Without customer base, nobody's buying their water, nobody's using their sewer. I'd like to ask Mr. Platt to take a look at the MUA's bylaws and see if there's a line item in there where maybe Mr. Gonter can talk to them for a municipal appropriation for us. Face it, without a desirable town, they have no business. Two things that drive real estate, right? Location, schools. Would it be possible if we did that the appropriation, if they can make one, I don't know if they can, we need Mr. Platt's help. If they can, could it be designated to go towards school security? I'm sure there's a laundry list of things that the school board would like to see happen in their schools, between the door systems that go under the door that can secure very quickly, additional SROs that could be put on. I'm sure there's things that the chief has that could help keep the schools more secure. I don't know if it'll work. It was just a thought that I have. I do a lot of work with the Department of Transportation. I get to see their budget. It just hit me that we have the same relationship here. The MUA needs us. We need them. So I don't think they're chipping in anything now, as far as I could tell, but it might be worth a 10-minute conversation and a quick look at their bylaws. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Can I have a comment?
Go ahead.
As MUA chairman, they are able to give 5% of their budget to us. I don't know if they are in the position to do so. It's something that we can certainly talk about and have talked about. We are not, again, raising taxes again this year. And we also, at the same time, don't necessarily want our water rates to go up either, because that's also coming from the residents of Washington Township. So it's a matter of striking the right balance among all those things. But it's definitely something that we can take into consideration.
Mayor, Mr. Platt, and Council. Robert Davis from Saddlebrook Road in the Sewell section of Township. And I want to address a couple of the snowstorms that we've had recently and the outstanding job that the operators of the snowplows have done. Again, living on Saddlebrook Drive, I understand that our street is a major street in the township. It's a snow emergency route. Unfortunately, I don't think that many people on our street are aware of that. I've seen many other communities where they have signs that says this is an emergency, snow emergency route. In a snowstorm, all the cars should be off the street. Today I counted 27 cars parked on the street. This was at 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how many are there in the middle of the night when the snow plows are coming. One thing it does when the cars are parked on the street, number one, it makes it more difficult for the snowplow operators to go around the cars. Number two, the next morning, people have to dig their cars out from the snow that has been pushed against them. And number three, the people who live next door or even in the same house where the cars are on the street, now their driveways are snowed in, and it takes more effort for them to dig out. If there were these signs, they might just say, oh, I didn't know that, and they'll park somewhere else. We have other streets, side streets that these people could park on. Sometimes they want their driveways to be clear, so they park on the street, which is the opposite of what it should be. And Saddlebrook Drive is just one street in the township, controlled by Township. If these signs do exist, I'm not aware of it, but I would like to see signs posted on the street mentioning that fact.
That's a good suggestion, and thank you. I think we could talk to the Public Works Director about, hopefully we won't have any more snow this year, so that's an issue we take up next year, because we had enough.
Yeah.
Councilman Perry, now that you said, I just got to report there's a snowstorm expected. Just kidding.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Rob.
sir.
Anyone else from the public wishing to speak?
Evening, Council. Ralph Campana, 2 Pear Tree Place in Sewell, Washington Township. I had mentioned a couple meetings ago in regards to the Route 42 congestion problem we have. Most of the congestion is during rush hour, 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the evening. I also suggest that maybe there's a way we can get the state or the county, because I know that's not our road, to open up a lane during certain hours. What the feasibility of that is to try to alleviate the congestion, because it is a nightmare. Even people that visit here on the weekends say, I can't believe you live there with all that congestion. I said, well, I think they're eventually going to widen the road, but we'll see. Another concern of mine is I've noticed over the months and years I've been coming to the council meetings, occasionally the video does not work. Not that I want to be on camera. Hi, everybody. But no, not that I want to be on camera, but I believe that folks at home may want to find out what's going on here at the, council meetings. So I think that's a must. I think we ought to look into that, find out why we have problems occasionally. There should never be a problem. We have 50,000 residents. We have a fairly large budget. I'm sure there's a way we could find a way where there would be no breaks in the service. Also, public participation, which I come up occasionally and speak. I would like to see the council participate on everyone that does speak. I was speaking at the last meeting, did not get a response. Maybe it just wasn't a good topic or a good suggestion. But I do think that the council should almost be required to make some type of a response. The residents are coming here because they are concerned, not because they don't trust what you're saying, but they want to have some input, maybe some ideas. Some ideas were brought up this evening about some things that some folks had brought up. So if that can happen, that would be a plus. Also, regarding the police department, we're going to have a lot more units, like the chief had said, coming online shortly with these multi-dwelling units coming in. That is going to be something that we're definitely going to need more police for. 3 or 4 more police, that sounds good. I would like to see the number go higher. I do believe we're going to need it. If there's a way, we have such a large budget, we can cut down 1 or 2%. That's additional police officers we can have. We're going to need them. I didn't realize how many criminals / parolees we had in the town. I'm sure it's like that in every town, but I wasn't aware until the chief brought it up. So I just think I think it would behoove us to look into that before it does become an issue when all these other dwellings open up, because they are going to bring in possibly some domestic issues that the police department doesn't like as a whole. Thank you.
Hold on, can you hold on a second? Do you have any information on the road project for 42? I don't want to put you on the spot. I know there's something planned. When the state's going to act on it, I don't know. But to answer your question, Ralph, there's supposedly...
We can research it and report back.
Well, last time I talked to Anita, there is something in the works to work on 42 from the entrance of the township all the way up to Cross Keys Road. And I believe it's to widen it. So if I get more information on it, I'll let you know about it. Sorry I interrupted you there, but I wanted to get the answer out there.
Good evening. I'm Susan Pacewick to Buna. Mayor, love the Washington Township app. I love how Washington Township is getting tech savvy with the new generations, and I'm sure they'll love it as well. I just had one question, because you know how much you love my agenda suggestions, but would it be possible to actually post the agenda 3 or 4 days ahead of time? People work, they get home at 5, 6, they cook dinner. By the time they're done dinner, the whole meeting starts, and they haven't had a chance to actually look at it, research anything that wants to be changed or done. So I thought that would actually benefit the citizens in actually becoming more active in their community. Thank you.
Let me take that one. I'll take it.
I'll comment to that. We try to make every effort to get it on early, but unfortunately, as things happen, we get inundated sometimes at last minute with requests from different departments for resolutions, ordinances, and that causes the delay. Today was a classic example. We had a lot of things coming in about our budget and about a lot of other areas that we had to adjust from our auditor as well as some other departments. So I apologize for getting on late, but normally it's on by Monday. And we try to get it on first thing Monday. But again, this week was with the snowstorm and everything else coming in last week, it just created some issues. But we did put your suggestion to work on the added laws.
Anyone else from the public wishing to speak? Seeing no one, I make a motion to close the public comment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We will be moving to an executive session. How long do you think it's going to last, Stuart?
No longer than 30 minutes, and there will be likely no action taken after the executive session.
Okay. So we will be sitting on Resolution 078, 2018, resolution authorizing executive session for litigation, legacy assets, Washington Township property. Okay.
Can I get a motion?
Make a motion?
Can I make get a motion to move to executive
I'll
session?
second.
Roll call.
Mr. Fazio?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
And Mr. Perry?
Yes.